We're highlighting all the wonderful things you can do with the BERNINA L890, and in this video we are taking it finally from 4-thread overlock to the Coverstitch. So remember, this machine is like having two machines in one. So whether you're on the SERGER side or you're on the Coverstitch side, there are different things you need for different uses. So the one thing nice I love about this machine, if it's been a while since you've done this, you're going to go ahead, go up to the stitches, select cover. Let's go ahead and do a 3-thread cover stitch wide. Yes, we can thread this for all 3 needles, but I will tell you traditionally you're probably going to be using like 2 of the needles, either in the wide position or the narrow position. Now, because I went straight to this screen and I kind of wanted the guided mode, if instead of going all the way back out, do you notice you have 2 green squares on your screen? If you need the step-by-step because you don't remember what one of these is, go ahead and touch the second green one. That's going to jump you back to the guided section for the stitch that you're setting up. And once again, I do remember one day our employees had just gotten the SERGER in. Somebody came in and said, how do you set it for Coverstitch? And instantly they went here, went through all the steps, and everybody was on the same page. And when they went to search, it turned out perfect. So just follow along. So first up, we are going to lift up the foot and go to the next page. On this, it's identifying which ones we are going to unthread the following pass. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm going to just unthread all of them, and just because we're just going to go from scratch. And that is one thing about this machine. I've never been worried that I'm just going to unthread it and go, gosh, this is so much work. So we're unthreading all of them. We are going to switch to the presser foot. The right one to be using is the skinnier one that comes with the SERGER. Attach foot C13. So the foot that you've been using is C11. It can be used for Coverstitch also because it has the location for the needles for SERGER and Coverstitch. But because we're following the screen, I'm going to go step by step. So just slide that underneath. We do have videos on how to attach these feet, but all in all, you just lower that down until it clicks. I touch the little red button on the back to release it, so easy there. Adjust the foot pressure back to 4. Well, that's one of those normal settings. And then insert the needles in the shown positions. So here's the thing. Your needles for serging are kind of in the back and off to the right. When you're cover stitching, they are kind of maybe almost, I'm going to just say ½ an inch, that's generous, but they're a ½ an inch in front of where your SERGER needles positions are and a little bit to the left side. You have kind of 3 little fingers. I can kind of show you right here, 3 little fingers that those needles are guided into, where SERGER, they're kind of back here. Okay, so let's start by taking our needles out and moving them to the positions that you need. So until you're comfortable just doing this, I usually do it with my fingers, but remember you can take your needle threader and drop your needle down into that little holder. I always put my needle down the little area I want to use first. These screws are probably tight, so loosen them so you can get that needle go all the way up. Plus, you are going to see a little window here at the top. So when you see your needle all the way at that top little window, you know it has gone high enough. Let me just do this. I'm going to unscrew it. See how you can see it moving and appearing? So that means I know that it is right where it needs to be. I'm going to just use the little needle threader once again to catch the one that's currently in the SERGER position. Loosen it, let it drop into the holder, and then bring it towards you, drop it down. See how I'm putting the point in first, then bringing it straight up. And again, it probably is not going to want to go up into its place just yet. Loosen that screw. Give it a little push. You saw it kind of go up into the little window right up at the top, and then tighten that into position. That's how hard it is to change the needles. And because they are wider, that's the wide setting that we're looking for. Next screen, we see the cutting blade needs to be deactivated. Let's talk about that. So I am going to go ahead and just open this and completely open this. And we're going to watch as the knife is lowered down below the throat plate. So the lever to do that is over here on the side. So just push it until it just pops its head down underneath, and that's all we need to do. Next on screen is to adjust the cutting width to 5, so we can just move that. So it really doesn't change much, but you can see that, see how if it was way out here, we are going to want to move that to a closer position. I do like that they don't let me forget to do that part of it. Okay, attach the cover stitch insert, and then we're also going to deactivate the lower looper. So we're going to do both of those right down in this area. So what we're subbing in is the table that's going to come in and make this more like a sewing machine bed. Well, that upper looper is in our way, yes, and then normally we just have this little cover that's covering that up. So this cover comes off. So when you're here, you can just go ahead. When you're here, just go ahead and pull on this lever. You can kind of see these 3 little fingers all have a place to line up. And so as I switch it out, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Line it up, click it in place. It only goes in one way. Now I can't close this yet because I do need to deactivate the upper looper. So to do that, go ahead and turn this lever to the 0, and then as you take a stitch, it will click, and now it doesn't come up above the throat plate either. So now when you close this, this will close all the way back together. Now there's one more thing that we need to look at. The rolled hem selection lever needs to be at O for overlock, not R for rolled hem. Otherwise this little kind of cutout cannot house that little finger that you've been moving around. So if that's at R, it's not going to come together. Okay, so now we know we're all on the right place. Everything is coming together correctly. And now we need to talk about which threads we're actually using. We're going to use the yellow, the blue, and the purple. So here is a clue about the differences between using the threading pads for SERGER and the threading pads for Coverstitch. So we're coming down the same place here, as you're seeing. As we come across, watch what we're going to do. We're coming up, we're over the top one with the 3 humps, and then we're coming up to these parts right up here. And then going down through the paths that make sense closest to the needle that you are threading. Okay, so let me show you what that all looks like. I'm going to just touch the green check mark because we're pretty much to that point. So here is threading the needles. So I'm going to start with the blue one. Oh, and I'm going to switch this around. I'll go ahead and get our purple one in position. That goes way over here at the edge. So we are following the blue path across, over the top, and then up over the top where it says RC, so right cover stitch feature. So I always look at these and remind myself that if there's 3 humps here, I need to not only go through here, but I also need to go through the 3 humps there, whether it's for 1, 2, or all 3 needles. Great, let's do that again with the yellow thread. This is the far left cover stitch needle. Follow up to the 3 humps. So they all share that top one. And then you're going to go ahead and go under and over and down to the side. All right. We'll get the needle threader out in a second, and we'll get that ready to go in down below. Let's talk about the threading path for the cover stitch looper. So once again, go ahead and open this up, close the air tubes, and remember you can step on your foot control and everything will click into position. I'm going to take my purple thread, come all the way up to the top, come straight down, and guide the tip of the thread for the looper. And so you've had a looper that you haven't been using when you've been doing SERGER, and that is going to come shooting out right down in this area here. So it's the one that's kind of tucked underneath, but it is in the forward position. Remember, those needles have also traveled forward, so now it is lined up with the needles and the cover stitch looper that we should be using. You can let that dangle, and we're going to close this up. I'm going to thread those needles. And we're ready to cover stitch. When you're ready to sew a cover stitch, it's traditionally a piece of fabric you folded to the back, you've pressed, and you're sewing from the top side. You can use the guides on the throat plate to kind of help keep your work nice and even. Now the goal is that you actually are covering up the raw edge, but for your first times, you can just go ahead and stitch on 2 layers of fabric just to get an idea. Lower the presser foot, take a few stitches. Notice that I started on the fabric, and when I get to the end, you're going to not go off the edge of the fabric. If your needles are not already in the up position, use your foot control, lean onto the back part of your heel to bring that needle all the way to the highest position. Lift up the presser foot, pull this little tool out, and you're going to use it to kind of swipe underneath the foot and between the fabric. What you're pulling are the 2 needle threads. This is the part you're going to clip. As you clip, you're going to then pull the whole fabric out the back, and the looper thread is back here. Clip it off. Now by doing that, what you've actually created is a lock on the loopers, or the looper, so the stitch doesn't come out. Now there is a way to kind of undo this so you can get a hold of this stitch and actually pull it out, kind of like you might remove the stitching in a cat food bag. You do have to kind of undo a few stitches so that purple thread on the left side can get flipped out of there. It does take a little, well, it doesn't want to come undone. That's the goal, right? All right, here we go. So if you do need to take it out, once this little loop is kind of loose, you can pull on this thread. You'll know when you have it. And as you get a hold of it, it'll just pull right on out. So that's why we want to lock it. Otherwise, all that hard work will just simply disappear. Okay, let's do that one more time so you can see it from the beginning in one swoop here. Fabric's underneath. Lower the presser foot. Go ahead and stitch. Stop before you go off the fabric. Lift up your presser foot. Swipe underneath your foot and between your fabric. Slide it out the back. Clip the looper thread, and voila, you have your absolute beautiful cover stitch all ready to use. Now, to take this all the way back to a overlock setting, you're literally going to find and follow the directions on screen, or watch this video backwards. No, I know you can't do that, but you're going to just need to change everything back to what you have done to get here. This is the wide 3-thread. We can do a narrow version of this with 2 needles. One of them will be your center needle instead, and one will be on the outside. And of course, we're going to do a chain stitch next. So your chain stitch is just one of your needles and the purple looper, which is great because again, you can take your stitches out super fast and easy. If they're not perfect, you can use it like a regular sewing machine and it will work just beautifully as well. So you can do also all 3 needles, and then there'll be one more row of stitching in the middle here for a little bit more secure cover stitch type seam, and then you can be decorative, you can have them all match, you can really start to duplicate some of the work you see in ready-to-wear garments that you can buy at the store. So I hope this has helped you realize that going between serger and cover stitch is not hard. If you do it a couple times, it is going to get easier every time you do it. So there are some cover stitch craftsy classes. Those are online courses. We're going to link to those down below. I hope you'll check those out and keep using your serger so you and your BERNINA L890 can become best of friends.